Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well today. Today I'm going to review, I've got a pink box, some KYLIE products. I wanted to try KYLIE stuff for a while. I haven't ever really tried much of her makeup. I do have some of her skincare stuff and it's like really good. I got like a little set for Christmas once with all the little bits and I really loved all of it. Back in like King Kylie era, I think when I was in America I did buy like some of the first lip kits. I think it was the Dolce, I can't remember what it was called. I was in America, it just kind of been out a little bit and it had like the black packaging. I had a couple of those. And I think later on I did have a couple of lip liners again from when I went to America because it was super hard to get over here. It's always been something where I'm unsure of the colours, so I've always kind of wanted to go in to like store to get it, and I just don't shop in stores. I'm just an online shopper. But I was very interested with this foundation and concealer. I did want to get some of the Skin by Kim stuff, but in the UK the shipping was £20 and I think the products are already a tiny bit overpriced, so spending like 20 quid on a lip liner and then 20 quid on delivery, like I'm just not about to do that. So I would really like to test some of that, but I'm going to kind of wait to see if she brings it to the UK. I feel like she's in, all of Skims is in Harrods and Selfridges. Definitely is that actually, is it in Harrods? I think so. But it's definitely in Selfridges. So I'm hoping that she does like a little brand collab thing with Selfridges. The reason why Kylie and Kim were never in the UK to start off with was because they had chemicals in it that weren't approved by like the UK or European like guidelines. One of the main reasons why in the UK you can't buy some products is, one, if the brand is small, it's like a big thing to get it in a UK retailer, but a lot of it is to do with the fact that America has very lax rules on what chemicals can go into cosmetics. So when Kylie rebranded, I think she went super clean. It'd be a shame if you've like closed something down, rebranded, and then you're not making it like a fully available. Also, we shouldn't be putting crazy chemicals in our makeup. But yeah, we're gonna be looking at today the KYLIE Cosmetics Power Plush Longwear Foundation. I have the concealer as well, and then I did get a lip liner. I got one of the Precision POUT lip liners, one of like the new pencil-y types, and then they gave me a free little lip kit. This is in KYLIE, and I got this for free, so I got a little mini like lipstick. I mean, this pink isn't necessarily something I would use, but it's not totally unwearable. And then a little lip liner, which is in like a really just nice neutral brown. So yeah, a little free gift. And I do have to say that I had a bit of a problem with like my parcel, and I spoke to the UK customer service team and they got back to me so quickly. I do just have to say they shipped this with UPS, and UPS don't like just leave things outside your door. You have to get a signature, and they're very like user friendly. Even though some of the delivery companies are crazy, at least I can like move it to a parcel shop if I'm not going to be home, or they do kind of, if I say I want to leave it in a safe place, they do. With UPS they didn't, and my parcel nearly got sent back because of it, and I had to like deal with all that. So if I was to order from KYLIE again, I would just get it straight away delivered to a parcel shop. I wouldn't risk getting it delivered to my home and then try and like negotiate how I'm gonna get it. So that's just for us UK guys and girls that might be ordering from KYLIE. And I did order this from their site. I think it must have been the UK site, or whether they just have like a UK distribution. But this is a very long rambly intro, but yeah, excited to try this with you guys today. I would love it if you can like and subscribe. It would mean an awful lot to me. And yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so I feel like I've been having a bit of like, I don't know what undertone I am. I don't know if I'm cool, neutral. I'm definitely not warm, so I do know that, but I'm finding that some products are coming out really warm on me. So I always thought I was neutral, but now I'm thinking I could be cool. So I actually got this in 2C. Comes in a nice bottle. I don't remember how much this was. Let me... Oh, so I actually got... I completely forgot. So I actually got the concealer and the foundation together for £44, which I don't think is bad. I think the bundle was meant to be £50, so I got £6 off. And yeah, I don't think that's bad for both products, and obviously you can choose like what tones. But yeah, I got 2C in both. If I'm looking at the bottle, this looks a lot cooler than this. Can you see that? So this has like a pink tone, but this is looking a little warm. This is in a glass bottle, and this is in like plastic, I think. Or is this? Yeah, this is weighty. I think this is plastic, but it's nice. The caps are a little bit of a cheaper plastic, but I think the components are nice. Okay, let's give this a swatch. So yeah, this is in 2C, and it's meant to be... Let's have a look. I want to kind of get this used like as a full coverage situation. This isn't going to be like a day-to-day foundation for me. And today I'm going to do a wear test for this so we can kind of see how it looks. So it says a long wear foundation that seamlessly blends into skin, providing medium to buildable coverage with an airbrushed satin finish. Okay. So I'm going to pump a bit on my hand just so we can look at the colour. Ooh. I mean, it's definitely the right tone. I don't think it's too light or too dark. But again, it just looks a bit yellow. I don't know what I'm expecting. I mean, it does blend out really nicely. But yeah, it's just giving a bit yellow. But what we're going to do today is I'm going to do one side with a brush and one side with a sponge, just to see how we like it. Okay, so we're going to do, let me zoom you in a tiny bit. My skin is actually okay at the moment. I've had a bit of like an allergic reaction. So some of this like redness is an allergic reaction to some skincare that I used. I thought it was out of date, shouldn't have used it, and it's just made me like flare up a bit. So I'm gonna do, I don't know if that was a full pump. One pump on this side. So that was 2 pumps, which is actually quite a lot. The colour just looks, yeah, to me that doesn't look cool, but, and I'm taking a brush. This is my Morphe E63, and it's got the nice like taper on, so I like this brush. Yeah, to me this isn't cool. Maybe like, it is covering up the redness really nicely. Obviously you could see that my skin was like very red, and it is blending out nicely. It's not like dragging. I mean, it is probably a tiny bit light, but I'd rather it be a little bit light than too dark. And I guess actually like that is my actual colour. Okay, that applied really nicely. Probably a really good day to test out and make a foundation like this because my skin is irritable. I do just have to say that before I put this on, I use my normal primers that I know are great. So this is the Laneige Water Bank cream, which I've been loving. And then my favourite primer, the Iconic Blurring Primer. I know that all my foundations work lovely on top of those. So yeah, I think that looks really nice. I feel like it has like melted in. You can still see like some marks, so I would say it is medium. I'd say medium to full though. I wouldn't say, what did it say? Medium buildable. Okay, so no, I agree with that. And what does it say? It says seamlessly blends into the skin with an airbrush satin finish. Yeah, I was expecting it to be a bit matter than it is. It's a bit more radiant. I don't know if I'd call this satin. I would probably say that this is like a radiant. But yeah, you can definitely see like a massive difference between the two. I really do like how that's applied with a brush. I think it's really skin-like. I definitely think the colour is warm. Like when I'm actually looking at it, there's like this goldenness that is showing through, which is surprising. It's definitely 2C. So if I'm not neutral, maybe this is just a bad one to test. I mean, it's not too warm. It's not like that I can't use it that it's warm, but it's definitely not as cool as I was thinking. Okay, I've got my beauty blender and I'm going to put the same amount on the other side and we can see how this goes. I feel like obviously the beauty blender is probably going to make it a bit, I've just put that in my eyebrow, a bit sheerer. And yeah, I'm just going to start to work this in with this sponge. I'm just going to do kind of one layer and we can have a look at everything and then maybe try and build it up in the centre. It's applying nicely on this side with a brush too, with a sponge. I go through phases. I'm not like a one or the other. I think it depends on what kind of coverage I want, what product I'm using, how long I'm going to be wearing the makeup for. Like all these things will determine like what applicator I use. This sponge feels nice on my irritated skin. Okay, so this side is with the sponge and this side was with the brush. Do you know what, they look very similar, but yeah, I feel like obviously this is just a tiny bit lighter, which is to be expected, but the actual finish and the way it sits into the skin doesn't look much different. I always find that with a sponge it can look a bit more seamless. Okay, I like this. I think it looks super skin-like. I really like the finish. It still is radiant on this side as well as this side. Like there is, I wouldn't say this is satin. I would say it's a radiant. I don't know, I guess it's different what people classify satin as. I count a satin as like a breathable matte. But maybe that's not what they meant by satin. So maybe they mean, well obviously maybe they mean this. I'm just going to go in with another pump on this side and just see if I can make this kind of, make it a bit more full coverage. When I've been looking at it online, it looked more matte when people were like swiping it. So I do normally have dry / sensitive skin. skin. It can be combo at times, but definitely not in the winter. In the winter it is like dry. So that's it with that second layer, and yeah, you can definitely see the coverage level has like amped up. I feel like it looks, I don't know whether it's because I left it so long in between, it looks a tiny bit cakey. So maybe if you put on more coverage from the start. I mean, it does look pretty though, but it looks, yeah, I think if I was to wear this, I would wear it with just the one layer. I don't think I would use this as like as full coverage as that second layer. I think I preferred it how it looked before. Even out and put on a little bit more onto this side. I feel like if this wears well, which is the ultimate test, this could be my, like, if I'm going out for drinks in the day and I just want something that's a bit more glam, this could be that foundation that I pick up, because it does give you coverage. But it's super lightweight. I don't feel like I've got loads on. I probably feel like I've got more on the brush side if I'm really like thinking about it, but it's definitely not like heavy. Okay, the second layer went on so much nicer onto the sponge side. So maybe it's one of those ones where you kind of can apply with a brush and then like need to just tap out with the sponge. But yeah, no, my skin looks really nice. For saying how irritated it was, it's done a really good, it's done really well. I feel like it's really like sunken into the skin. I've not dermaplaned my skin in a while, so I've got a little bit of fuzz, which I need to probably get rid of at some point, because foundation just sits so much nicer when you don't have that fuzz. But yeah, I've got quite a bit of fuzz on my like cheek area, and it hasn't like clung to it. No, I really like it. Now we're going to try the concealer, and this looks more, this is in 2C as well, and this looks cooler to me. I mean, it's still not super pink. Like on the website it looked really pink, but it's definitely cooler. But yeah, the applicator's nice. I like the little glass bottle, and I'm just gonna put this, don't really know how much to use, so I'm just gonna kind of do the amount I kind of normally would. Let's see what that looks like. And I'm going to take a sponge. To be honest, actually, I could do I do like using this concealer brush sometimes. So this was my brush side. So let me try and pat this out with a brush. Okay, that colour's nice. Yeah, I really like that colour. It's not super brightening, but it's definitely like a lighter shade. It's really pretty. What is it? So the POUT Plush Concealer is meant to be a buildable concealer that instantly brightens, blurs and smooths with natural satin finish. This reminds me a lot of the NYX one. Again, I wouldn't say it's satin. I would say it's like a radiant, hydrating concealer. Let me do this side now with the sponge. Yeah, I would say that's radiant, but it's lovely. Again, I think they look very similar. Probably like it with a sponge a bit more because I can really just get under there. This I do like this brush, but sometimes it is a little harder. Let me put some more of this. I do like the wand on this. It's like a little like a V shape, and it's just soft, and you get quite a lot of product on this, and like in one dip you're not having to go in and out and in and out. Yeah, I really like that colour. Yeah, I would say this is very similar to the NYX. You know, that my favourite NYX, is it Bear With Me Serum Concealer. I think my skin does not look satin. I think it looks radiant, which I prefer. Like, I think this is actually better for me. It's actually really surprised me. I didn't think I would like it as much as I do. I think my skin looks really lovely. So yeah, really I'm shocked. I thought I was gonna like it, but yeah, when I saw it online, it just looked a bit drier to me than how it looks, but I prefer this. Okay, pleasantly surprised. I'm gonna just go off and I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup, and then we can have a look at lip liner, and then yeah, I'll do a few like check-ins throughout the day, and we can see whether this is a win or not. Hi guys, so I've kind of put the rest of my makeup on. I've just used a bit of setting powder. I haven't fully baked because I want to see how this like wears throughout the day. So I have powdered, but you can still kind of see that like radiance coming through, which I think is really nice. I feel like all the powders sat really lovely on top and the creams, but yeah, I think there's a radiance here. Yeah, if this stays like this all day, I'll be incredibly happy. Okay, and then for liner, this is, yeah, one of the pencil ones, and this is in Stone. So it's kind of, it looked grayer on some people. It's a little bit warmer, but it's definitely like a true neutral brown. So I want to give this a go. It's still creamy, even though it's in a pencil, and I think there's something about a pencil where you can really sharpen it that is nice. Okay, it's a bit more cooler on my lips, which is a good thing. I wanted it to come out a bit cooler. Okay, this is stunning. This was quite expensive, I think. Let me see how much this was. Oh no, this was 16, which I don't think is bad for a lip liner. In my head I thought it was like 18 to 20. I like to go in a little bit with my lip liners and just fill in my lip slightly. Yeah, it's definitely more cool tone on my lip. And I've just got one of my glosses from Refi. This is the taupe one. Just add a bit of gloss. And my lips are incredibly dry. Probably should have had some lip balm to hand. Oh, I really love that colour. It's like grey, like the perfect grey brown. Okay, I'm really happy with this. Okay, it's currently 2 o'clock. So what am I doing today? I'm gonna cook. I need to do a bit of a clean, so I'm gonna work up a sweat and do a bit of cooking and stuff. And I'm gonna go on a little walk. So yeah, so far so good. But yeah, I'll check back in a little bit, and yeah, we can see how we feel. Hey guys, so it's currently 5 o'clock, so it's been 3 hours. When did I finish the last one? It was 2. So yeah, I've eaten, I did a bit of cleaning, and I didn't go out because the weather is gross, but I've definitely been like pottering. I really like how it's worn. It's only 3 hours in, so I'm expecting it to wear well at 3 hours. I normally like foundations to work for about 6 hours. I think expecting a foundation to work for longer than 6 hours and look immaculate, I think is a bit of a stretch. Some people might want it to last 12 hours or whichever, but I think if you're not topping up, a foundation should look good for around 6 hours. I really like how it's worn. I feel like it's actually got a bit matter as I've worn it, which is interesting because normally it's the opposite. It starts to get a bit glowier. But yeah, no, I think it looks really, really, really nice. I think I do prefer the side with the sponge. I think my pores just look a bit nicer on that side. Yeah, so far at the 3 hour mark, just as impressed as I was kind of when we finished the review. The concealer is really nice. Again, I prefer it on the side that I use the sponge. I feel like it's not creased under my eyes as much. I mean, I always do, I have crinkles under my eyes, like concealer is going to sit in them, but it just needs to not be like crazy. I'm going to check back in probably in maybe another 3 hours, so at the 6 hour mark, and then we can properly like assess. But so far, so good. Hi guys, it is now, what time is it? So it's 8:10. So I've cooked my dinner and been like faffing in the kitchen, meal prepping. So my skin, it definitely is a bit more like dewier than it last was. But it does look really, really nice. I haven't touched it up all day. And yeah, that lip liner as well has kind of stayed. I haven't reapplied that all day either. So yeah, I'm really, really, really happy. Not broken apart anywhere, which is rare for me. Normally around my nose and around my mouth I like starts to break down, but it still looks really, really nice. Obviously if this was like not a wear test, I probably would have repowdered just to like re-add in the like a bit of matteness. But I think it looks nice still. It's still quite blurring, and yeah, I think it looks really pretty. So this gets like a big yes from me. Both the concealer and the foundation is 100% going to be something that I use like so much. I think because it's not fully matte, I would use it like for a light coverage as well, and then obviously it's got the capability of going like more full coverage. I don't mind the colour. I did kind of want it to be cooler than it was, but when it was all on with my makeup it wasn't like a biggie. And I actually really, really like the tone of that lip. And after I'd filmed, I was looking at like the combo that I used, and it was a really nice like tone if you got fair skin. So yeah, positive review from me. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this try on and wear test. And yeah, hopefully see you again super soon.